I grew up here in Everett. I'm a little old, so I grew up here in Everett in the 60s and 70s. And I didn't grow up with a good father. I'll just leave it at that. From an early age, I would have to go to Monroe State Penitentiary and visit my dad. He was actually involved with the local mob around here and spent some time in prison for his activities. So I didn't really grow up with what it meant to be a man or how to be a man. So I started following through his footsteps throughout the years. And if you did grow up anywhere around here, Colby, downtown Colby in the 70s was a happening place, I gotta tell you. There was a lot of partying, a lot of stuff going on, and I was part of that. Fast forward years later, after years and years of drug abuse and self-abuse and trying to figure out my own way, figure out what does it even mean to be a man? Had some kids, 3 kids. I decided that I don't want to live this way anymore. That my kids didn't need to have a father like this, that I wasn't being an example that they wanted. So I tried to end my life. But the good thing is, there's a God who saved me. There's a God who reached down and said, no, I'm not done with you yet. And he hasn't been. So for the last 30 years of my life, I've been walking with Jesus, and it has been amazing. But I don't want to say that it's been all good, because I've gone through some things. I lost my only brother to cancer. I got divorced from my first wife because when I got clean and sober and stopped doing what I was doing, she decided she didn't want to. I was a single parent of 3 teenagers for 8 years. My daughter started cutting her arms because she wanted to live with her mom who left us. It got really hard for a long time. But God is so faithful. God is so faithful, guys. I'm, like Warren said, I'm remarried. I've got an awesome wife who follows after Jesus. I've got 11 grandchildren who love me with all of their heart. And I've got another one on the way. But the cool thing is, I'm not doing it alone. I've got some guys that I've hooked up with. That sounded awkward. I've got some guys that I've partnered with. Yeah, right. And we link arms, we link our shields. And I've got 2 guys who live in California. One of them I talk to every Saturday morning. Every Saturday morning, we pray for each other. We talk about what's going on. The other guys, I've got a couple men's groups that I belong to. And it's interesting because when God created the world, everything was good. The light's good, everything's good. But what wasn't good? It's not good for man to be alone. Now, yes, he created Eve to help us as a helper, but I think it's bigger than that. It's not good for us to be alone. On my own, I'm doomed to fail. So I've got a group of battle buddies, I call them, who rely on me and who I can rely on, who I can go to when there's times of heartache or trouble or something I'm just struggling with, and be like, Ken, bro, Brick, I'm having a hard time here. And we talk about it and we pray about it. So my encouragement to you guys is to get a group of guys around you that you can trust, that you can be authentic to, that you can be real with, that you can let down the guard. I started joining this Impact Players, and I started doing the cohort group on Fridays. Great group of guys I'm starting to learn about. Great group of guys, and it's already working. We're texting each other. We're sending out prayer requests to each other. And this is the kind of thing, guys, that helps us continue to be the man that we want to be in the midst of the battle. Because I got to tell you guys, the battle's real. There's an enemy out there, and he wants to take us down. And I don't know about you guys, but not today. I'm not going down today. Now, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but for today, I'm not going down that way. I'm going to stand firm, and I'm going to hold up my buddies, and I'm going to rely on them to hold me up. So if you're not involved in a cohort or with a group of guys like this, man, get plugged in. Get plugged in because it's important, and we need each other. So thanks for letting me share, and God bless you guys.